Ladies and gentlemen, I am back, and today I'm just making a video talking about INDYCAR. You know, we're heading into Nashville for the season finale, so we're going to talk about the championship. We're going to talk about some Indy 500 entries, which would be sweet. We're going to talk about Prema, and we're going to talk about some driver market stuff. So let's dive into I think the least important news, and that is Prema today announced their numbers they'll be using in INDYCAR in 2025, and they will be having the number 83, which is what they used when they announced that they'd be joining INDYCAR. So everyone knew that they'd have 83, and I personally thought that means they'd probably have 84 as their next number, because you go probably lower, or higher, lower, higher, same thing, or an 82, but they did not. They announced the number 90, so they will be having the number 83 and the number 90 as their numbers for 2025. I really don't know where they got the 90 from. I really thought it was going to be 84 or 82, but they did not. They went with 83 and 90. Who those drivers will be, I have no clue. For me, those seats are like the Dale Coyne seats. They are the most open seats in INDYCAR. I really don't know who it's going to be. I think this is a great transition point in the video to the driver market. So, yeah, that's what I want to talk about Prema, but let's talk about Prema's drivers. How do we think this driver market's going to switch? We don't know where Alexander Rossi and Santino Ferrucci are going to go to. Rossi's P9 in the championship, Ferrucci's P10. They're the highest free agents right now. You would think that the 66 at Meyer-Shank has got to be, you would think it'd be going to Rossi, but with the Ganassi Alliance, who knows where that's going to go. I really don't know where that's going to go. I think if Rossi was going to Rahal, it would be announced by now. But, Yuri Vips did not really impress all that much when he got his chance with Rahal. So it really wonders, where will Vips go? But for being fair, could Vips have done any more? Who knows? But we got the Rossi question. Where does Rossi go? If there's a Ganassi seat, take it. But I don't think there's going to be a Ganassi seat. Because now we need to ask ourselves, how many Ganassi seats are there going to be? Now, I think Alex Palou, Scott Dixon, and Kiffitt Simpson, their seats are safe. The question is, they already confirmed that they're downsizing. How much are they going to downsize? Are you going to downsize one car or two cars? I think that's the question. If you downsize one car, who do you drop? I lean towards Armstrong. I think Lundqvist has more potential. That's just me. So I don't think a Ganassi seat's open for Rossi. I don't think a Shank seat's open, because I think if they downsize to one car, whoever doesn't get the seat between Lundqvist and Armstrong is going to go to Shank. So I don't think Rossi's going to Rahal, so it begs the question, is Rossi going to Prema? And I think yes. I think Rossi will be at Prema, although we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. There's really no although to that. Dale Coyne, as far as we know, has 2 open seats. Ferrucci, we know he wants to stay at AJ Foyt. AJ Foyt wants him. Pretty much from what we believe, besides Ganassi, the top 4 teams are set. It's just kind of the bottom teams filling out. I think Rossi's got to go to Prema. I think that's his best bet. So other than that, there's really nothing much. I think the Connor Daly card, hopefully Daly can stay at Home Coast, although that's unlikely, unfortunately. So my big thing is Connor Daly getting a ride. Hopefully Daly gets a ride. That is my biggest wish in this offseason. But announcements, though, that came a few days ago, that was unfortunately not able to make a video. I had stuff going on. So I was able to film today, and I'm just talking about INDYCAR to catch up with everything that happened. So it's kind of still, as you can tell, a little video of me rambling. But the Kyle Larson news got dropped, baby. He's going for try number 2 in the Indy 500 in 2025 with McLaren, with the number 17, with Hendrick Racing. I can't wait, baby. Rick Hendrick, baby. Hendrick Racing. I'm not a NASCAR guy, but I just know Hendrick and McLaren killed it last year at the 500, and I see no reason why, quite frankly, he won't kill it this year, although, unfortunately, his priority is the Coca-Cola 600, and I think that's a shame. Last year, props to Hendrick Motorsports on keeping Kyle Larson there. He got the 500 miles in. He did a very, very good job. But Tony Kanaan is the reserve driver or release driver, or whatever they're calling it, for Kyle Larson, because if that car, say they get a red flag for the first, like they can't race the first hour and it gets delayed. Well, then you make the decision, do you start Larson? I say they would start Larson, but at some point during this race, they would have Tony Kanaan get on his gear, his helmet. It'd be like a 24-hour Le Mans moment. They'd pray for yellow. They can do it under yellow and try and catch yellow, and out goes Tony Kanaan. That's what they would try to do during the race. But unfortunately, they can't do that because of rules and whatnot. I don't really know how it works. Quite frankly, it's kind of confusing. David Land explains it perfectly in his video about the Kyle Larson, so you can watch that. But all I know is I think McLaren knows something we don't, and they're going to be able to do that. But as of right now, you cannot do that. Let me know in the comments down below if I explained that right. Yeah, and then let's talk. Well, let's talk about like what that means for McLaren. I was gonna say championship, but I got more stuff to talk about. So can Kyle Larson theoretically win this race for McLaren? I say no. I really don't see a world where Kyle Larson is able to truly win this race. He's a good enough driver. If you don't put the 500 first in your priority, you're not gonna win. That's all I gotta say. Now let's talk championship. Head into the final race this weekend in Nashville. I just got back from Milwaukee, so I had to take some time to decompress and get a break from YouTube. Nashville is huge for me. I mean, not Nashville. Milwaukee was huge for me. If I was saying Nashville, I meant Milwaukee. But yeah, super grateful to be at the Milwaukee Speedway. It was super cool. Super glad to be there. We saw 2 races. Pato Award won. Conor Daly on the podium. Super cool to see that. And Scott McLaughlin won, which was super cool to see him win. But let's talk championship. Alex Palou, Will Power, and I guess Scott McLaughlin is involved in the championship. But I don't see a world that Scott McLaughlin wins it, so let's just toss Scott McLaughlin out. And I think theoretically for Will Power to win, I think that he has to have Alex Palou crash. I think that's the only way it's going to happen. And Palou crashes and he has to finish, I think, in the top 3, if not higher. So, yeah, I really don't see a world where Will Power pulls this off. I think it's Alex Palou's championship, and he's up by 33 right now. It might dwindle to 20, but for me, Alex Palou will be the IndyCar champion this year. All right, guys, that's really all I had to say. As you can tell, there's no editing with this video whatsoever. I just flat out got my camera out, clicked record, and got a thumbnail, and literally posted it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Follow the Instagram, like, comment, subscribe, and see ya.